can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you what love's supposed to be. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you, yeah. I can show you, yeah.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, we got ourselves more duels tonight. How are all you doing today? Yo, I like that name, by the way. That one dude, because now you could be like, that one guy, that one dude came by on the stream, and it's like, who? Literally that one dude. What are you talking about? That one guy. You know what I mean? Boys, how y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's having a good one. I am proteined out of my mind for the day. And yeah, I am pretty energetic, at least for now. We'll see how I'm feeling an hour later. Apparently also, Boris and his crew, apparently where they're from, they don't do the whole daylight savings. So he was like, yo, are you like late by an hour? Like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, our clock's moved. They were like, yeah, we don't do that. Bro, I cannot wait for US to not do that anymore. Not move our clocks, because it throws me off, man. I was talking about chiropractor about it the other day. It was like, we gotta like somebody that just like ends that, dude. I'm like, yo, for real though. For real though, because he's just like, usually you come by in the mornings, but like now you're coming by, and I'm like, he's already like in that mentally, he doesn't look at the clocks like constantly all throughout the day. So he's like, mentally, he's basically getting ready for lunch. And now I'm coming in during lunch. I mean, he's like, I know you're coming in a little later, but I'm not. You know what I mean? The clock's changed, dude. I can't. I'm not coming out late. We had the whole back and forth about it. Let's go EU already. Yo, we did EU yesterday, Curdy. You know what? If we have like not enough people on an A and like a full squad of 10 on EU, I'm not against it. Because we didn't have Rick yesterday. I'm sure he'll be able to whip out a group of players today. But yeah, for the time being, I do want to do them on an A, man. We skipped out last week. I don't want to do them dirty like that, man. Not for 2 weeks in a row. That's a little too mean. Also, chat, I am gonna flaunt. I'm gonna flex a little, right? I'm gonna flex just a little bit on you. I'm gonna flex just a little bit, chat. I finally got some games last night. I've been logging in for last 2 nights, kind of late, because I can't play solo or any like shuffle, blitz, anything, unless I'm logging in later, just because my MMR has been like scuffed from day one. More people are already high MMR on shuffle, which is nice, but you're still waiting like 30 minutes to an hour, unless you're playing like degen hours, dude. That's when everybody plays. That's when you can actually get like a 5-minute, 10-minute queue. It's so nice. Anyway, I got to do a bunch of games last night, and we did it. We did it. There it is, boys. We did it. Not that many games for like the entire season either. This came out quick. I just need to find some time. But finally we got all the rewards. We got the tabard. We got the title for this season. We got all the gear. I'm gonna get in the rest of the mogs little by little as I get more conquest, because I'm still gonna be, you know, farming up some conquest. Probably try to see if I can get some solo shuffles, because those are really, really fun. That, or I need to hit up Warcraft or Chicago or Caneric and do some 2s, because Caneric did ask me about 2s before, but yeah. But I'm very, very happy, dude. We got the enchant, we got the every single weapon for the elite weapon. I got all the red skins for them. That's super, super nice. We got the tabard, which is, I don't know what to do with the tabard, man. There's no like real good, like, I don't know what to do with the tabard, man. How do you, where is it? Is it one of these? So this is the PvP. This. How do you make a set out of this astral tabard? You know what I mean? It's got like turquoise, a little bit of purple, golden, dark purple. Like, how do you make a set out of this thing? Like this, at least you can make a set from. Even this, you can make some purple sets out of it. Purple and golden kind of works well, but like, what the hell do you do here? Right? How do you make a set out of that? I feel like this season, this expansion, the tabards, like, they're cool by themselves, but it's so hard to make a set with them, dude. Like, this set from Dragonflight was so good, man. So, no, wait, that's not Dragonflight, Shadowlands. This set, too, that's easy to make a set with. Super easy. This is also super easy. All the PvP ones from BFA, I'm pretty sure that's it. Also easy. The Legion ones with skulls, dude, it's so easy to make a set with it. They're like faction themed. I guess you put on a bunch of faction items, but like this season, I just don't know what to do with it. Honestly, could see some old TBC mix sets could be used. Yeah, I'm not specifically trying to like choose a tabard to make a set around. I'm more like, okay, so unlock the PvP tabard for this season. How do you make a set out of it is what I'm wondering. Because they're usually like, look, making a set with the Shadowlands one, this thing is sick. The recolors, the color choices, the grays and the red, like you get some stuff that's a little grayish red. It's pretty easy to make a set with that. This one also, red, a bit of black, a little bit of golden trim. It's not that bad. Hell, there's PvP gear that matches the color schemes with this. Complete, like a whole PvP, basic world PvP set, I think it is. I don't remember. I don't think I got too many tabards back in DF though, so that's like the only I got. And then like the gold and purple, you can make set out of that. There's a lot of purple pieces, especially Nuremberg Palace that you can combine with this. Liberation of Undermine is just red, has a little bit of like vents up here, a little bit of like metalish like trim, but like you can make sets out of this. This is so easy. I'm just wondering like, how do you make a set out of this? Like, take the tabard and make that the centerpiece, and like, what do you add to it? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. NA or EU? We are doing NA today. NA didn't get to play last week, so I'm getting a group up and running now. I just was flexing, but I got all of my 2400 rewards. I just still need to get the mount, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I have enough games played for the mount, so I was thinking maybe play my evoker or something and actually PvP on that thing. Down slamming, I don't think he needs DBM. All these can go. Down slamming does not need details or dynamic macros, which by the way, that's such a cool add-on. Dynamic macros is so good. Go with it if you're playing solos, because what it does is you ever like have macros that you need to target like party 1, party 2, right? Like, or maybe you want a macro to blind the healer only, and you have like blind party 1, party like enemy 1, enemy 2, enemy 3. If you don't want to have to manage with those macros, you could like, if you have like a Shadow Step kidney for the healer alone macro, you can basically place it with dynamic macros and it changes the player name depending on who is playing in the game. Like your enemy healer, it always changes to whoever the enemy healer is. Ally DPS, it always changes it. So like if you want to Tricks as an outlaw, which a lot of outlaws have been running, Tricks to trade macro because it's pretty good, right? You get a lot of CC, the other guy gets to do a lot of damage, you can one-shot people, it's really awesome. I've been using it more regularly. I saw Waz using it, so I started like implementing it myself some more. I like it. And there, like, how constantly switching to party 1 or changing the name, always annoying. So that thing has been, golden. What is considered rest about the rage you have? That's the thing, in PvP, I guess it depends who you ask, dude, but you never, I feel like generally in the community, in PvP community, you can never have high enough rating. You could always go higher. You could always get better. Oh, you just hit 1200, scrub, 1 at 1400. You hit 1400, scrub, 1 at 1600. You get 1600, scrub, 1 at 1800. You climb up. What about 2100? Hit 2100. What about 2400, bro? You suck. 2400. What about 2700? Hit 2700. Why aren't you 3K already? You get 3K. 3500, dude. Where are you at? Everybody's already 35. Yeah, that's the thing is what I noticed is you never, like if you ask the community, there's never like a standard because people always like, you're always a scrub essentially. You can never get out of the scrub. Even if you hit 3500, I'm pretty sure somebody will call you a scrub, be like 1 at 36. That's what I noticed in PvP community. So the best thing you could do is set your own goals, right? Go for 1800 so you can get your elite set. You get there, all right, what does it enchant at 1950? Do you want it? That's an opportunity for you to push. Hit that. What about 2100? You ever been 2100? Duelist, you can get like cloak, you know, it's kind of cool. Push up. 2400, there's a tabard. It's like incremental progress, and going up a little bit to make that incremental progress is super, super nice. And then from there, you can, you know, try to see if you can get gladiator for the mount. Gotta get 2403s and then 150 games. That's pretty fun, right? Do you want to keep pushing from there? You can. It's really a choice up to you. I feel like with PvP community, like anytime you ask like the general community, you basically always scrub level unless you get higher. If you're not 2400 in shuffle, you're not playing enough games. It's a light work unless you're newer. Yeah, like for a while, but I know some people that play a lot of shuffle, and like for them 2100 is like a hard goal to reach. It just is. For some people that don't really PvP enough on a regular, and for them 1800 is like their goal for the season. For the season. And for like, if you play regular, like 1800 is not that difficult. But like if you don't play in a regular, like for some people that is their goal. 1800, get the elite sets for all of their ults. Is it easy? I think so, but somebody who doesn't play, you know what I mean? Like PvP is such a scaling factor in my opinion. 3k scope, exactly, bro. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. And I'm somebody who has always been like, let me list the group by the way. I'm yapping out here. Sorry about that. But like, that's just been my experience with PvP community for like the longest. It's like it's never enough. There's always going to be somebody, whenever you make any progress, that's going to be like, oh, why not higher? Why not climb higher? Why not? Why aren't you doing that? Why haven't you done that already? Do my job, get you in here. I feel like that's always been a thing for ages. So it's like, I used to get pressed about it because I was just like, when is it ever enough, bro? Because I used to make like mostly PvP videos, right? And I was like, all right, I guess I got to get high rating. And I used to get like stressed about it, man. I felt pressed by it. And I was like, at some point I decided it's much better just to have a goal. And my goal right now just has been to at least hit 2400 per season. Just so I know that I'm like getting too old. That's about it, really. Right? If I can do that with Outlaw Rogue, which continues to be pretty subpar, unless like you played Shadowlands Outlaw at the tail end. Generally, Outlaw has been pretty subpar as a spec for PvP. It'd been okay in some compositions, like it'd been played in AWC, but like for solos, it's pretty bad, man. It's real rough in solos. Like playing Assassination would be so much easier. Just run in, triple bleed everybody, and melt people. It's so much easier as that in the Outlaw. But like, if I could do that as that dinky little spec, and I'm having fun, that's all that matters to me. Finished last week, getting every class elite says there's a hit from 400 first week, and so it's a grind. It's a grind. Yeah, that's why I like it PvP. I think it's a good idea to set your own goals with what you want to do in PvP. But like, I consider somebody that's like, I don't know, hit 2100. I think they're probably a pretty decent player. Like to me, in my opinion, 2100, you're probably a pretty decent player, right? Because I known a buddy for a while who was like always 1800, 1900 max. I was like, he just needs like a good comp and he could hit 2400. Because he's not a bad player at his class, right? He just haven't had a chance before solos to really get that group gameplay going. And as soon as he found a healer, he'll introduce him to a DPS guy. They started playing together and they hit 2400 in like a few weeks. And then he's playing games at 2400. I don't really talk to the guy that much anymore, but like back then I do remember just like, he was never really super high rated, but he was always pretty good at his class. Like he knew his class. He just needed somebody to show him the ropes of group play. And like as soon as somebody did, that's it. Now the world is open. He's got dudes on B tag, I'm assuming. So and you know, all that. Hit the 380 and got bored. I can see that. And queues could definitely take a while. All right, so Boris is making a group. I'll try to see if I can make one on my end as well. Who was there? Invite, man. Hey, wanna join 5v5 Duels? I should have just been not yapping. I should have started recruiting earlier, man. Is Isaiah doing these ever? Hey, Isaiah, wanna join? I don't know if Isaiah joins these or not. But I'll try. Yo, Rev, wanna join 5v5 Duels? I'm assuming that Flex is already with yeah, he's with who is that? Boris? Is that Boris at alt? Yo, Duels, Chills is on. Maybe he'll be down. I'm assuming he's here with him. I also need to pull up the chat too, so I can see it a little bit easier. Okay. So Rav is remix farming, which is good for him, man. I still gotta carry him through some stuff. Wanna join 5V5 Duels? I'm assuming Flex is Boris, yeah. My friend, I got lead now. Oh, you with Boris, yeah. I was seeing that they are there, but together. Faceless, I don't think joins these that often. Yo, Duels, we getting some groups together right now. I want to see if he'll be down. Yeah, want to join Duels? We getting groups together right now. I can also about Rat Druid. Yikes. Does he want to join? Hey, yikes. We putting some girls groups together. Wanna join? First, finishing up a dungeon in the classic right now. He's 15 more minutes. Finish it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so Boris will be up in 15. So we got about like 15 to put a group together. So no stress, no pressure. I'm sure we'll be able to get enough players for this. Abusius? Wait, he's back? Yo, wait, he's playing? Yo, dude, I miss Abusius, dude. Me, him. I know it wasn't him, it was somebody else, but that's Matux's friend. I think we played Diablo with him. It just reminded me of me, Matux, and another friend of his. I think it was Rets playing BG3, and I confused them with Abusius for a second. Realistically, there's no incentive to PvP. Whole progressive system and needs an overhaul, rewarding to be worthwhile, but it's not like the old days where it will be dude just for fun. Does PvP need an overhaul? What kind of an overhaul are we talking about? Request, and I'll take a look at my tunes. Okay. Sounds good. So maybe you'll be able to get tie in. Yeah, actually, what overhaul would you want to see? Like, because there's like enchants, there's sets, PvP and fun. Yo, they left that back in MOP. Let's be honest, dude. I do remember MOP PvP being really fun back in the day. EU, US, right now, US, I won. Unless we get like a EU group together or something. Can you show me how to come to your place? What do you mean by that? Plan to join once you get home in like 2 minutes. Sounds good, Frank. You're more than welcome to, man. DK spot available? Yeah. We tried to see if we can put a group together over in the NA right now. We'll see how it goes, man. Last week on NA, I had to cancel that stream, so we tried to see if we kickstart NA duels together if possible. It's suffering and nothing. I feel like it could be fun. I definitely would not be playing PvP if I didn't find it fun. I find BG Blitz really fun. Of course, like some groups, like, you know, can definitely make the experience less good, but I generally like the content. You know, I would not be playing it if it wasn't fun at all. From MOP RPGs for 3 weeks worth of cap one night, and yeah, MOP PvP lists retail so much. I just remember a lot of people having fun in MOP and people constantly PvPing. Like, it was just like endless, it felt like. But maybe it was like rose-tinted glasses, possibly. But yeah, I do remember, like, I don't know, I feel like every single expansion I look back on, like I look back at Shadowlands, I'm like, man, it felt like PvP was really popping back then. You know what I mean? But I also didn't really push that much in Shadowlands myself. A little. I feel like I definitely been like a lot more better at like pushing rating and like getting all the rewards in War Within. That's actual fun. I think maybe it's just the class design. Classes weren't like super overly complex, but they weren't really simple either. The problem with mob design though with talents is I feel like there was no build variety. Like, it was like not a lot of, you had some talent changes, but for the most part Destro had like a very specific playstyle. Boomkit had a specific playstyle, Magus had a specific playstyle, and like a couple of talent choices didn't really impact it that much. But the classes were designed with a very specific gameplay in mind, and it worked. Where right now with talents you can really make some wild changes. You wanna invite any of the MDGA dudes, they are more than welcome to join. Okay, so we got Shiny. This group will still need like 3 more and we'll be good to go. I don't know how Boris / Flex's team is doing, but they are waiting for Boris for the time being, so I don't like I'm really rushing at the moment. Got a Glorious Tyranny, Elite says, so I'm done with that. Yeah, that's a good one. It is suffering, but it wasn't always like that. Up to Warlocks, I generally love PvP. Up to Warlords, I generally love PvP just for the thrill of it. So right now it's suffering, so you would need like crazy good rewards to make it fun. I don't know if there's like enough rewards to be able to put in if it's actually just suffering when you play. Like when I pop into BG Blitz, I have fun. Yeah, I feel like if you're at a point where you just like hate that content, it may just not be that content. It may not be great for you at that point. You know what I mean? At that point, I don't know. Like, even if they threw like, hey, play 10 games, you get a gladiator mount with all the bells and whistles. Maybe somebody will do it, but like if it's absolute suffering, I don't think that would be enough. You know what I mean? Asking now. Deep. So Shiny is asking MDGA dudes if they want to join us, so potentially maybe we can get some more bodies, because those guys are awesome, man. They're really good. And maybe I'll get like Trickster hitting me back up, because I missed that man, the myth, the legend. Hey Dal, you dueling on an 8? Yes, we're dueling on an 8 today, boys. Also, let me pop in the I keep forgetting to add that at the start of the stream, but how to join. So if you want to join the groups, I'll post it and I'm gonna pin it at the top of the chat, okay? I wish I could pin it without posting, but I don't know how. Essentially, I don't know how. So yeah, if y'all want to join, groups are going to be listed under multi-core for that cross-faction goodness. A lot of people look for it in custom, which we used to do in custom. I really wish they need to add a thing where in custom PvP you could just have a checkbox for like, this group is cross-faction group. I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Like default off, but you could turn it on. My fine PvP is dragging people behind pillar and shovels and dropping them. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I had a feral druid and an arms warrior that were doing that essentially. Like the first time, I'm pretty sure they dropped me, but then we shuffled and switched healers, and then I was like, okay, I need to be very careful whenever I'm behind the pillar, because I overextended thinking like, oh, the feral has like no health. I could probably have a drone rush. I have ghost strike. I can pop it, hit a quick one shot. I pop in there, immediately stun with a maim, and it's like spear. Big, I don't even know if, I don't think it was Convoke. I think it was just Feral Frenzy, and then big demolish, chunking, and then cracking me in half. Pain. They were really coordinated, but then me and the warrior got paired up later. Like the next match we came on, like they got us once. They got me once with that one, but then we turned around in the next match. And then me and the warrior, I was thinking, dude, me and the feral probably could do okay. Me and this hunter probably could do okay. No, red, not a hunter. But me and the warrior are probably not going to be like, we're not going to match each other super well. Not going to be a good combo. That warrior pumps damage and lets me CC. That's literally the only reason why we won that one. When people let the rogues land crowd controls, mwah, they're the best, dude. Like, nobody knows how to play with rogues in Shuffle. Nobody. Like, you have to play assassination, so then you just run around and bleed things, because no one's ever going to let you CC. So as long as you put bleeds and things are melting. And you look like you're doing a lot of damage, even though it's like very little damage for everybody, but you're cleaving people. And then Big King's Bane, couple of shivs, put some pressure, put some damage. That could also be really good. But yeah, it's crazy. Current class design just feels wrong for PvP to me anyways. It's bloated, incomprehensible mess for a casual player. I agree. Classes do feel a little bit like, oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah. No, I feel like Beastmaster is pretty easy. Red Pally is pretty easy. And I play one on Lumix. Demon Hunter, yeah. Warlock, a little. I feel like it's not overly bloated, but it's definitely like you need weak auras if you're really trying to win max. Yeah, Rogue, pretty bad. Rogue is not new player friendly. Yeah. Part of the reason why I'm excited for Midnight, they make classes easier to play, and that's probably going to be really good. That being said, mob design wasn't really super like easy either, from what I remember. I think it was a little more straightforward, but it wasn't like overly easy at the same time. Classes had a fairly diverse set of tools. Like, just thinking of rogues, I had evasion, I have combat readiness, I have vanish, I have cloak, I have a reset for all those buttons to reset them on a 5-ish minute cooldown. I have redirect, so I'm actually able to transfer comp points from one target into another, which was something that you didn't really do back then. The comp points weren't unused. The class actually was more complex, tougher design, right? But like, it was also infinitely more fun. And other classes were kind of in a similar boat, not all, but a lot of them. There's like mob was really fun, but classes were fairly complex. I'd say they're similar complexity to currently right now, bar a few specs that are maybe like an outlier, harder or easier. More or less. Maybe like MOP was a little more complex, but I did feel like it required like a lot of weak core. I think weak cores definitely would have helped, but I don't remember a lot of people using weak cores back then. I think Midnight is going to be good. Is what I'm trying to say. I think in Midnight things are going to feel good. Class is becoming a little bit more straightforward. I think it's going to be a boon rather than a bad thing. Does the amp want to join? We'll try to see if we can put some groups together tonight, chat. We're still waiting for Boris to hop on after he's done with his classic dungeon. We'll see where we're at afterwards. Maybe Chills will respond. Maybe we'll get Chicago in on here. Most very brain dead on rotation basis. CC-wise, you have to account for a lot. Mobs very brain dead on rotation basis. I think you're probably right. Sorta. Because I only remember Mob from perspective of a combat rogue and a boomkin. Oh, and a feral, but a feral has always been kind of difficult though. It was good. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe our main. Okay, so Vamp is also going to join. So this group just needs Vamp and a +1 and we'll be good. Hey, what's up, my man? Hope you're having a good one. I think I remember Mop is a blood DK. Bro, I remember triple blood DK and double blood DK in Arena. That was some shit. At some point, like, blood DK was so strong, people just ran triple of them in 3v3 and just dominated. Pretty sure they climbed to like 2600 in like a week. And they got banned or something. I don't know. Or they got nerfed. I'm not sure. I think it was when people were abusing vengeance. Wild stuff. But I remember a lot of wild stuff happened back in Mop 2. Dude, day one of Mop Arena, you just had multiple BM hunters just send out the zoo, man. Triple BM, just send the zoo, and I'm out there playing Rested Druid at the time. I'm just like, oh shit, they got the zoo. I'm immediately slamming my tree ability, and I'm a big old broccoli, spamming regrowth in myself while trying to line the hunters. And there's 3 of them, bro. And I'm on Lordaeron, so I'm like, I got this tombstone. I'm just gonna hope they're all running in the same location. And I'm just like hoping for the best, bro. I'm just hoping to live. Ready to go? Okay, okay. Damn, so those guys got 5. We need extra. So Vamp, whenever you're on, I'll get you in, and we need a +1. We need a +1 to finish it. The Shills want to join. The Shills want to join. We got a spot. I might just hit up Shills and be like, yo, we got a spot. Do you want in? See if we be down or not. Also, Kineric, I don't know if he's on tonight or not. I didn't see him. Unless I missed him. Kineric? Invite? Yo, Vamp in. Okay, we need one more. Is Shills down for it? I might just have to be like, yo, we got a spot. You want in or not? Boris? Okay, Boris is in. This is good. Susie, I asked him earlier. I miss her wing, dude. I miss some Shadow Priest in action in here. I miss some Priest in action in. Got one more spot open. One in. I'm gonna ask Shills real quick. I know I already asked him earlier, but I'm asking him real quick. I'm gonna ask him. Either way, we got one spot. The other team is ready. We're good, boys. Games are happening. We just need one. For as messy as I hated BFA PvP, dude, BFA World PvP was awesome. That was sick. Yes, it was messy, but World PvP was awesome. And PvP, like having to get PvE gear to PvP definitely was weird, but we had the wheel, we had the Dressergath one-shot trinkets, we had some weird scaling with Azurite gear, which was weird, but World PvP was sick as hell. I loved it. It was an expansion World PvP. It was 100% BFA. BFA was awesome. Yes, BFA was sick as hell. I kind of been liking like World PvP. I guess it doesn't really exist anymore within. People are just doing crate farming. But I guess for that, it's pretty fun. Like, I always enjoy World PvP, but yeah, BFA definitely was the peak, the highlight. Alrighty, we got a whole group here. I'm gonna make Boom a job lead. We got a full meleeed up squad here, man. Okay. Other team is ready. We gaming. We are Dalaran gaming. Yeah. Spectator match. Tank, what is it? 197 something. Probably I should do boo at my job. Boo, I'm a... Wait, is it L? Boo, L at my job? Oh no, I am. Thought you would have done LM because it looks like I am. And then Boris, 5 Legrand 1. I think it's Boris or Flex. Or maybe Flex. Rip Flex, 5 Legrand 1. We're in, baby. Let's get some games tonight, chat, because we got midnight. I was gonna say Legion Beta just now. My brain is cooked, man. My brain is cooked. But we got midnight beta over in the what's the word I'm thinking of? Think, brain, think. Midnight Tuesday. I was gonna say, like, if one of the DKs, yo, we got so many Death Knights and Warriors, dude. Death Knights, Hunters, and Warriors. So I'm laughing right now because I didn't realize that the groups were gonna be this much variety here. We got Death Knights, we got Hunters, and we got Warriors. And then the other team was even, oh, I like that. That looks good. We got also variety on this team with more Death Knights, more Hunters, more Warriors. What is this? We didn't try this on purpose, boys. Oh, this is gonna be exciting. No rogues. Hey, no paladins, no rogues. I've seen enough complaints about those classes in particular, but we got none of that day. Flag's gonna be first up with the team too. Warriors missing one for EU. So much wars for missing one for EU. Wait, do you guys have a whole team on EU? Hold on, if you have 2 teams on EU, maybe, man. Maybe we'll actually play some EU games. I'm not against it. Scroll gonna be first up. Flex should just go for the kill commands while in camo. He just not letting Scroll like find him. He's just attacking the pit. Now he's gonna be out. He has a trap behind him. It's gonna be Scrub. Obviously looking for a lead, potentially charge around the corner. Flex can control this fight completely. Scrub, however, if he times like a Blaze Storm in a good spot, or maybe gets a spear in a good spot, he can definitely make it harder for Flex to really get a setup. Trying to see if he can get a charge around the corner. Flex is getting around the pillar. Binding shot avoiding completely. Charge trap does slow him down in place. Get Flex freebie damage out of it. Scoro. Is it scored? Oh, Scoro. I'm gonna call you Scoro. Although it looks like scored, but I think it is Scoro. It is going to be a stun with a spear. Unless Flex can get out of it, he is stuck in place. Fear of the Eagle actually does a lot of damage. Big parry out for Scora. Disarm to follow. Flex is going to full zoo joining him in. And it's going to go for a bit of that wall. Backing away. Big flanking strike knocking him down. Heal right after Scora got himself. Heals with a fear. Tricking out for Flex. Is going to go for a turtle. That is a lot of damage. Medic manages Scora. Is he just dead? I think a kill shot may just end him. He's taking a lot of damage. Is it gotta be a big bleed, right? Binding shot. I don't know how that's not stunning him. Scoro might have just won this. Whoa! No shot! That was ridiculous. Are you serious? Oh my god. How did that body shot not connect? And they just took each other out. That was wild. Door gonna be out there as a marksmanship hunter. Vamp also chilling as a survival. I've been seeing so many more survivals for PvP. Bro, they slam. A flank and strike can have... The hunter can hit you for 4 million and then the pet can hit you for 6 million. That happened to me yesterday. Full burst, everything available. 10 million on my health in a single flank and strike. I'm just dead. That's half my health. That's massive. Wait. Damn, that's a massive... Wait, are you talking about him? He's like, that's a massive... By words of Christers, cock. I don't think that's a cock. That's not a rooster. That is a turkey. That is a gobble gobble. You know what I mean? Big flank strike out for Vamp. Got himself the spear, dude. Spear hits hard. Rapid fire by Door. Both of them do damage to each other. That's a lot of burst damage. Wall turtle out for Door. Got himself a bonding shot. I don't know. He looks like he's going to go for that aim shot. Got himself a proc. Turtle shell for Vamp though. Got himself a bit of that healing. Door, unless he can get himself a proper setup. He needs to control where Vamp is at right now. If he can control where he's at, I don't know if he can go for anything. Scatter around the corner. Vamp, do you have a big follow-up bonding shot? Going to be Door backing up out of there. I think it might be lights for the marksmanship hunter, unless he's got something to work with. Got himself a bit of that pet sack, but it looks like it was not enough with the blue bull. Big blue bull. Got to be up next for Vamp. I'm sorry. He did a lot of damage though. Hold on. Blue took loads of hits in the opener. Like, he won that. But his health is like non-existent, and Boo's just gonna be waddled into him, not really giving him an opportunity to recover a lot of health. Just throwing out a bunch of pets at him. Boo trying to get himself an angle around the corner. Blue just not letting him walk at all. He can go for slows with Death and Decay and things. Looks like Boo's, for the most part, avoiding the big old A-bomb. I'm just trying to go for a little bit of healing, a little bit of damage on these pets. Just a dump. Yo, I've been seeing a lot of people not running the trade post like turkey, the white and golden one, the ones you get for free. You've been seeing a lot more people riding the one from the actual shop. It is a hilarious mount, honestly. It's glorious, it's hilarious, I love everything about it. Boo got himself a bit of a Sparrow Reflect. I don't think it's stopping Blue Bull at all whatsoever. With a short knockdown onto Boo on my job. Blue is just trying to see if he can backpedal out of there. I don't really know if he can really do anything in that situation. Even though through a stun, Boo's still able to get a damage proc in between it and is able to take him with what looks like Arshald or Puri Litex gonna be up next. It looks like he's giving him a chance for a proper honorable duel. I like your mount, by the way. That thing is awesome. Took me a while to farm that out when it was like before remix. Boo is gonna go for first aid. He's not gonna let this duels go into a high dampening. He's just gonna catch up as quickly as he can. He's gonna go for a little bit of this what looks like honor duel. Leaps, but he's not attacking. He's letting the honorable match happen. Look at them, dude. Look at the bow, dude. I love seeing that. You know what? It's an awesome touch. Whether you two decided just to like charge each other and start slamming each other, like if Furelex just leapt at Boo, started decimating him in half, Stormbolt's connected, both are trading, charge out for Boo. It's going to be an opportunity for Puri to go for big damage. Does go for a Colossal Smash off the bat. Parry up right after Boo, may need to get the hell out of dodge. It's going to be Zerkers. Puri unfortunately burned a leap though. So that is unfortunate. He does leave Boo with a bleed though, so Puri actually get a recovery, but Boo is unable to. He needs to recover, but only after waiting out the bleed or go for Bloodthirst and constant healing versus Puretex. He's more of a burst class. Bleeds could definitely help out with a bit more sustained damage, but it definitely helps him out. And as you can see, him just staying mounted. He just tried to wait out those bleeds, let second one help him recover. He also got a rage regen coming up very, very soon. So for him, that's really good. Puri does have a trinket, is going to burn it, is going to go for Warbreaker of his own. Does have Avatar as well. Disarm, unfortunately, got the blades onto Boo. Needs something in order to survive this. That's a lot of damage. Fear for a second as the charge comes out. Picking up whatever heals he can. Does have a Blaze Storm to at least maybe waddle away from Boo. Letting those bleeds do a little bit of the work. But he just needs to stay away from Boo for a second in order to catch up any kind of healing. Trying to stay away from the Blaze Storm. Unable to really get a lot of healing. Does go for a charge. Actually intercept in order to at least rush towards Arshald. But Arsh should be able to possibly decimate Boo right here. He has nowhere to go. Reflect is up, Rallying Cries out, but the DK should have plenty of bursts here, should be able to take him out fairly quickly, even with a summon right after, with Urilev gonna be up next as a hunter. For Arsh, all he can really do is maybe get line of sight. Botting shot does connect. Cannot break out of stuns immediately, but it is VR'd, however. Yuri does get hit with a stun full. Riders are still open available for R. Does go for a full-on AMS. Needs whatever survivability he can. That is a lot of potential damage versus Yuri. If he can prevent like the next rapid fire with a grip, maybe a blind, that could be good. Aim shots are going to be painful. He got him some breath. Is this enough though? He got a little bit of damage. Yuri does go in for the kill shot at the tail end. That is rough, unfortunately. As a DK, I feel like if he was able to get like a second to like go behind the pillar, maybe catch up with a little bit of a heal, he might have been okay. I also noticed Arsh is playing Riders, not the Reaper. I am wondering if Riders is potentially better, because I've been seeing a lot of people play Reaper for that scythe, but it's like it's either you burst or you don't kind of deal. But I'm wondering if Riders is just more effective as a sustained damage. Boo on my job and or Tank. WAP. There's so many names, bro. Tank, let me know if your team is good. And Flex / Boris, let me know if your team is good, and we'll get another one going. So we are at like what 1103, 1104. Yeah, I really need to. I forgot to put disarm on. I was rolling into it, bro. This face so often. You're good, Jackson. Good, man. Fury, yo, man, what's up? How you doing, my guy? Tank is ready. Flex, seeing if your team is ready. I will send it. We got more games, man. We definitely got more games. Yo, no pallies, no rogues. Enjoy it. You know what I mean? Boris needs a +1, or needs a 2 actually. So if you guys want to join Boris, he does have a group listed under Molten Core. in LFG. Outside of that, I am gonna double check my BNet to see if I can potentially get more homies to join his team, possibly. Does Bald want to join? Bald wanna join 5v5 Duels? I haven't seen Bald in a second, man. I'm gonna reach out. Either way. Jash? Wait, Joe, hold on. I mean, ask Joe Wash, but he got top 5. Double checking. But he is a Paladino, so potentially I'm muddying the field here. Boris got lead. Okay, team ready? Or need more? Check out all the boards real quick. I like Reddit because it allows me to cheat better. That is true. That is really, really nice. That shit is underrated. Ready for friends login? Okay. So team tank, stick around real quick. They're just getting a friend real quick over at Boris. So they're set. They're ready. I got beta prop warrior talent setup cooking. Yeah, you do. Yeah, warriors are not looking that bad on the beta from what I've seen. At least like in terms of class changes. Prop warrior barely got any changes. Except in the class talents. I was also looking at the demon hunter talents because I was like, well, I covered every other class. I haven't actually taken a look at Havoc Revenges them. Ditch Revenge? Really? Just completely just ditch Revenge? Technically you can now, can't you? With some of the talent changes, because Revenge is like, it's kind of like a, like it's good as a button, but it doesn't seem to be as necessary. Technically, you can go Whirlwind now. Definitely gonna go to bed after work. Another hour shift. All right, sounds good, Frank. Sounds good, my guy. Yeah. Wait, were you team Boris or were you team Tank? I'm hoping the teams are all good. Let's do a 12 on, man. Let's give you guys a bigger arena to play around in, and we'll do some like hook point. We'll do a black rock hold, which I like those arenas, but I'll try to go. You were Arsh? Gotcha. Flaxy bites. Yo, we got them ferals with Reynard, also another feral. So we know Tank loves ferals. We know he loves ferals. I'm sorry, Tank. I'm so sorry. And we got a Paladin DMCS. Goddamn, dude, we got a miss Tank. I feel like after this arena, depending how it goes, he's probably gonna dip. I'm not even kidding you, boys. Tank, don't go. Don't go. We'll see how this one goes. So this is a counter warrior. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't. I think they just wanted to switch up. You know what I mean? Next thing, you should be able to stay longer. Sounds good. On admin hours, some weekends are free. Nice. Hell yeah. Let's see how next week goes, just because I might be spending a lot of time on the beta, but we'll see. Which I plan to hopefully get some duels going, but we'll find out. Yuriev over for the team 1, ready to go. We got Vamp, we got ourselves Skoro, we got ourselves Badia, and Tank gonna be first up. Flexibites is gonna be the first one. It is a feral druid, so I just want to give you as much knowledge ahead of time, because ferals usually do extremely well against a warrior. Just extremely well. Barskin Wall is kind of zipping away from the spear, but it keeps gripping him back in for Boo. That is an opportunity to pick up a little bit more damage. Getting those much needed executes from the Slayer tree. Is going to go for a charge. Knocked back in. Leaps in right after Fear just to keep the Feral in place. To try to see if he can get himself any kind of survivability. He was able to live through a lot of the defenses from Flexi Bites as long as he can maybe Blade Storm a big stun. He might be okay. Flexi is on completely defensive. Boo taking lots of damage though. He does have Rallying Cry. Could possibly be a Cyclone here. No, it's not going to be a clone for Boo. That is a lot of bleeds on him. Unless he can maybe wait out those bleeds and go for a big heal immediately. For Flexibites, that is going to be a lot of healing. A lot of regrowths behind the pillar. For Boo, it looks like the bleeds are gone. First aid is in. Eyes are not available. So it's kind of a situation where second wind is the only thing that's really keeping him alive right now. Is going to go for random leap. Trying to go for whirlwind. Trying to see if he can maybe just find the feral druid. That's a lot of bleeds, and a full root is able to break it. Stun onto Flex. He does go for a trick at Barskin. Flex is just putting so much pressure onto the Fury Warrior, and there's just not much you can do. Avatar does break him out of those roots, but his health is just in jeopardy. Unless you can go for like a Fear, stun, maybe he just dies either way. Moonfire's not the worst. It is painful, but you do have barely enough health. You do have some health coming back in. And Flexi, it does put him back into combat, taking him out of stealth. Is going to go for a leap. Moonfires just to see if he can set something up. Next maim is going to be very deadly. So for Boo, he needs to Bladestorm it. Picking up the eye. Spear. I am surprised he was able to melt that Stormbolt, by the way. Fear for a second. Boo charges right in. He's got himself some damage. Maybe he could just all in commit everything. But the bleeds, man. The bleeds. There's just not much you can do about it. With body going to be up next. Charging out. Trying to see if he can maybe get on top of Flex. Unfortunately, Fury Warriors don't really put up too many dots on people. Not that many. Maybe at midnight. Maybe at midnight. And I'm out. I knew it, man. I knew it. We were going to lose WAP. With that, we're going to lose WAP. Unfortunately. Oh, no. I forgot to put this on again. Oh, you're good, man. You're good. You're good. You're good. Joe? Hey, bro. Yeah, I'm down. Okay, I can in a bit. After this match. Okay, so Joe Wall did say he'd be down to join in, so I need to make somebody lead. Probably like Horde Body, maybe. Flexi Bites does go in for a full set of bleeds. Immediate IBF out of body. He knows he's going to take a lot of bleed damage. He needs to find a way to reverse the pressure back onto Flexi. He is going to go for a grip. And as long as Flex is out in the open, while the Riders are in play, while the A-Bomb is in play, he should be able to get a lot of damage out. Flex going in with another bite into body as health, but taking huge hits either way. Body maybe turning this around. Barely any health available. Flex super low, but the pets do finish it. The blades, are they enough? Does end up taking a second one. Those blades were enough to take down two, and from there we go in from one feral into the next. Back to Fellowship, had one good match. Are you actually playing Fellowship, Swap? Are you serious, bro? How you liking it? How you liking it, man? Also, unless I'm missing something, I'm not reading correctly. Reaper really screws up my build and stat line up. I got a Frost Strike Mastery build. Ah, Reaper turns the strike from Reaper build. Yeah, it does turns Frost Strike from Frost damage. Yeah, it does a little. Shadow Frost damage, which I'm correct, it doesn't work with Mastery. Shadow Frost should work. It just converts it to be different because it allows for like different stacking with the Reaper. It's like you stack up the buff for your Reaper's Mark to pop quicker, which is like all it does is like you want to prioritize Shadow Frost damage in order to stack it up a little faster. That's about all. A few more on one end of the room. Okay. Okay, so we potentially could get more bodies too. So we got Joe, we got potentially more bodies that could join Team Body as well. Uriel may not be in a great spot. That's a ton of damage from Raynark. Is the bleeds, unless he can stop the damage, does get himself a perfect feigned death to stop a lot of that Feral Frenzy big bite, but he's still melting to those bleeds. There's nothing a Hunter can do in that situation. Skoro trying to see if he can deny Raynark any kind of a big go. Unfortunately, the spear just has a very hard time connecting. Is able to get away from Ursos that easily? I'm not even sure. Was that just like a random proc of Bladestorm that got him out of it? I'm not even 100%. Trying to go for stun into Raynark. He got himself full bleed, just letting the dots do damage onto Skoro. Fear for just a second. Back in the bear form. He has Heart of the Wild, so he's going to use that for self-kill as much as possible. And Skoro, even though he's the one doing offensive damage, he's taking so much bleed damage. Even though Raynark looked like he was playing defensive for the most part, just those bleeds are enough to put the warrior in major danger. Unless he goes in for a parry, I think he's just dead. Those blades are going to take him out. I don't even know if Raynark even got himself a last swipe at the end. That is crazy. That is wild. Vamp is going to be up next, so is going to get himself a stun onto Ray. Got himself Barkskin. Is going to go into Feral form. Maim, perfect to stop Vamp. Unless he goes for a Trinket, he does not have a Trinket anymore. So for Ray, he's still not out of the woods just yet. Still got a little mouse attacking him. But the cat, however, Tom... Unfortunately, I think Jerry's got your number. Yeah, Jerry's making his way around the corner here. Jerry's got you, dude. Jerry's got you, man. Unless you come up with a scheme right now, Ray, I think he might be in a bit of trouble. He's definitely under a ton of pressure. Picking up whatever healing he can. Regrowth whenever possible. But the slow from Vamp, you gotta find a way to CC it. Roar does get himself a maim. This could potentially be a huge opportunity. Maybe just bleeds and just run. Bleeds and run. That's all he can do right now. For Vamp, he's got an unlimited time. He's got a bit of healing. Big grenades. Ray takes a huge hit with a flanking strike though, but it's just not enough. Vamp is still under a ton of pressure. Immediate turtle shell, immediate bandages. GMCS not giving Vamp a breather here whatsoever. And for Vamp, I think it's just lights here, possibly. Yeah, nothing you can do. Just a final wreck through a bubble. Nothing he can do, bro. The feral druids. The fact that he just puts bleeds on that warrior and then runs away from him and just the guy melts. That's harsh. That is harsh. Let's get another one going. Alrighty, Badia. Do you need the help getting group listed? Or you got this. Checking in with Shiny, seeing how he's doing on the groups, because he said he's got a couple of bodies he can bring in if we have people dropping. So I'm just double checking with him if he's gonna need my help listed up. Take both the games. Sounds good, my guy. Sounds good. Always happy to have you. Better than this shit, not gonna lie. Well, as long as you haven't fun with it, man. I have not checked that at all. Shadow Frost damage, which I'm seeing. Yeah, so Shadow Frost should work with Mastery. It's Shadow Frost, so it has a mix of Shadow and a mix of Frost, but it's still Frost. It still counts as Frost, so your Mastery should buff it. On pure Frost, Master, because I'm sitting 80% Mastery. I can maybe double check. Wow, does Shadow Frost damage get buffed by Frost DK Mastery? For sure, like Google AI, yes, Shadow Frost Athletic Mastery, particular Mastery Frozen Hard, buffs Shadow Frost damage because it increases all Frost and Shadow damage ability. Shadow Frost is a hybrid damage type. It buffs both damage types, primarily because it has a tinge of Frost. If it has partial Frost, it buffs it. Yeah, no, so like if let's say you had a passive that buffed you Shadow damage and buff Frost damage, it would double dip. But because it buffs Frost, Shadow Frost has Frost in there. It counts as both. Yeah, so it still does buff it. Need two more. Invite. I can list the group. One sec. Okay, I'm trying to get Shiny to invite me. But no, Shadow Frost should get buffed up. It doesn't become like a separate new skill. At least from what I can tell. How are people still feeling second boss or Priory? It's a hard boss. I mean, when you haven't done him, maybe, right? Like, maybe it's the first time doing it. I'm gonna be a bitch and play the cheap class. Go for it, man. If you wanna, go for it. Play the cheap class. I was gonna ask him what class is that, because I actually feel like a lot of classes can, what is it, go in that category. It's a 12? Well, still, like, if they, let's say they've never done it, I feel like even on a 12 is gonna be rough. I'm assuming that, like, maybe, right? Jake, I'm just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? If they've never done Priory, then yeah, it's probably not easy. Try Reaper then for the higher damage cost from ability. Yeah, definitely the cost from ability and survivability are different. It is definitely less good for that, but just I've been seeing a lot of people bursting with that specifically. Okay, so we got Father, we got Erez. I can invite Joe Walsh here. Pass lead plus. Is Boris all good? Yeah, Boris is ready. So what we'll do is he passes me lead, I convert to raid, I get Joe in here, and we queue. Are you in WAP? Are you in one of the groups? As soon as Badia reads my message and passes me lead, we'll be good. No logging in right now. Because I do have Joe Walsh I also wanted to play too. What I can do is actually, I can get you in, right? And then I could get Joe Walsh, whatever you bounce. Because I'm assuming eventually you're going to go play Fellowship. So we'll get you in. I think we'll do it like that. Because I know we usually, like, you pop in every time we do an ADOS, but you don't always play. And always especially when we don't get a chance to play. So let's do this. Since you don't get to play as often, we'll get you in. Wait on Badia. Whenever we get a second. Or do you have Badia added? Because you could always just like, I could bounce and you could whisper him, be like, yo, pass, send invite. There we go. Raid. I'm gonna list it. Molten core. Yeah, okay, we'll do it like this. I'll list it up, you sign up. We'll get you in real quick. Or if, let's say, Joe... Wait. You're not actually playing prot, are you? Real quick, because I don't know about prot. I don't know about prot. You're not actually prot, are you? No, I'm not prot. Okay. Okay. Why'd you just be like, psych? Why'd you sign up as prot? Okay, he's right. Good. Make sure you select yourself as a set role. Not prot. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna make a body lead. Perfect. Neat. Okay, invite, spectator, match, Horde, Badia, and Boris 5, not the grand, Hook. Wait, are they listed up? Did I do bad? Oh, I did. Hold on. Let me message him. Sorry. Please delist the group. I meant to do that earlier. As soon as I delisted, we'll send. That's my B. That's my B. Can't wait for the rallying cry bus at midnight. Oh, me too, man. I like the whole like shouts challenge they got going on. Gonna feel nice to have a big roof. Yes, that 50% value in dungeons is gonna be massive. It's actually like valuable. Horde. Oh no, I can do just a shiny hero and Boris 5 Hook 1. Or not. Shiny hero Boris 5 Hook 1. Is it flex again? Flex 5 Hook 1. Yes. Okay, cool. It was flex. That'll do it. Do you see a product 0 interrupts? Isn't that a PvE interrupt? What are the 2 interrupts? Is that like an interrupt shout? I think there was like an AoE interrupt shout, isn't there? It's been a second since I looked. Yeah, PvE interrupt. I think that's good. I think it's kind of cool having that actually like utility. Especially for tanks. Rogue throw and pummel and then an AoE silence. That's not bad. We'll take an SSQ. Oh, okay. Can get someone to swap in for them. Yeah, whoever got the SSQ will remove them. We'll get Joe Walsh in. 1 sec. Someone in other group to SSQ. Okay, so we got this and pass lead. Not the face. So it's Ares that took the queue? Yes, it is. Okay, so we remove him for now. We get Joe Walsh in, and Ares can join anytime. Got a spot up right now. Checking in with Joe real quickly. Trying to send him an invite if it's gonna let me. Gotta switch? Okay. Okay, so for Joe, we went on him. Boris is and Flex are ready, I think. Yep. As soon as Joe sends me a go ahead, we're gonna get him in and then we're gonna queue. Yeah. My thought behind no revenge build is because it costs a talent point to make revenge full AoE for next to no damage increase, whilst execute quadruples its damage with a single talent point. Execute doesn't cleave though, does it? I think it'd be interesting. Yeah, removing revenge and like going to more execute talents could be kind of cool. Yeah, you do lose out some just raw AoE, but as long as you can thunderstomp, maybe as like a Thane build, I think that could be okay. Execute still has 3 targets. Well, it's just 3, but I guess it's better. Technically more damage, but like compared to like a frontal cleave, it does seem a little weird though. The fact that they were like, all right, let's make revenge not mandatory in a way. It does feel a little weird. I wonder if they'll go back and change that. But I think it's also may not be a bad idea for prop where it just be like shield slam, stomp, and then mostly spend that rage on defensives. And if they have offense, procs of execute, I think will also work out pretty well. Okay, we got Merlin in. Beautiful. As soon as he's in, I'm gonna pass lead to Badia, and then we're gonna send it. Beautiful. And no LFG, so this is huge. Beautiful. We can actually play now. We got the hook point, baby. We got the hook point, baby. Also, if you guys have any like specific arenas you want me to run, that could also be cool. Big execute, yeah, maybe alright. Yeah, I'm thinking if you do end up going for like a Thunderblast build, not a lot of revenge, and just go for execute procs, that could be really good. That could work out pretty well. Potentially. The Apex sounds very much like Shield Slam and AoE, huge prio. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you are right. I like how they did the Shield Slam AoE thing again, because they already had that before, like a tier set before or something. Pretty sure. It's funny how they were like, alright, let's go back to that. The old reliable. Break the case in case of an emergency. Yo, Caneric. Okay. Got Caneric, boys. If you need a spot, we got the boy Caneric in. He'll be done to join him. Good Twitch. Got ourselves Feather Peace X over on the team 1 ready to go. We got Badia, Judgment, we got Merlin and Yuri versus DMCS. They're gonna be first up. It looks like he's getting ready to go first. We got ourselves Demoniac back on the, I was gonna say a horse, but you're definitely not a horse, you're a moose. Flex got himself fantastic Mog Array in the back. Yuri. Also make sure you guys are like shuffling around a little, not standing still for too long, because the game will kick you out of the arena. It is very, very finicky. Very, 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 very finicky. Especially that feral in the back. Don't have to like be constantly running, but just make sure you're lively, because the game otherwise won't know. Our body taking so much damage out of the Paladino, but looks like the Paladin did not save a global for a bubble. I feel like Paladins need to save at least a global and a half at all times for a bubble. You basically have to play the game slower to make sure you could always land that bubble. But Badia was just able to take all that pressure, all the momentum, and take him out right then and there. Demonic with the Cloak of Shadows does go for a trick. And Mentor got him some Shield of Vengeance. Maybe looking for a bubble here. Bubble, actually, I was thinking maybe lay on hands, but instead he just straight up bubbled it. Will need to buy himself enough time for lay on hands to come back, unless Demonic just goes right in there. And he might just want to do it. Is going to get back in, put in the bleeds out onto Mentor. Unless he gets a big damage, landing that Kinder Shot. Is that enough? Shrink it out for Judgment. Demonic got himself evasion. Cheap shot. Bit of damage. Actually, might just have enough. Disarm to follow. Unless you got lay on hands. Stun. Oh. The dots from the Subtlety Rogue were enough. And Uriab does not go for a 100 mark. But it almost flares out Demoniac. Definitely gotta go for the 100 mark immediately. The fact that you were able to also like dodge him. Demoniac, look at him charging behind the pillar. God, let's go 2D ass charge. Body shot unfortunately does catch him. And Uriel is standing there where Freezing Trap is at. He does have a lot of potential damage. Dark Ranger is in play. Does go for the Kinder Shot. Demoniac blind, and it's a pretty good trade. Pretty good trade. I think it's still in a advantage for Uriel as he got himself a stun. Just needs one black arrow. Rapid fire may be enough. Rapid fire behind the wall, man. Either you love it or you hate it. And it's going to be Reynark, the Feral, up next. So Uriel, you better be very, very careful. Somehow is able to deny the proper opener for Reynark, but he's still able to get a main for Uriel. He's going to have to use every defensive. Does go for Feign Death pretty early on. Roar by the Feral. Big black arrow damage that's actually puncturing through the tough bear exterior. Trying to catch a re-stealth. It is going to be a knock trap. It is going to be a charge trap right after. Going for yet another aim shot. Got himself more procs to follow up. Ray got himself Heart of the Wild. Lots of healing. Volley down, and Uriel is going to go for a turtle. Not feeling super confident against the Feral Druid as it is. Into a silence right after. That's going to be a Chimeric Poison into a little bit of that damage reduction. But apparently it's not enough. With Feather Piece going to be up next as a Boomkin. Got himself full silence, full everything. Ray's just dead, I think. Star Chargers out of that Dryad are doing a lot of work. Wall is down for Ray. But I think Feather may just take it. He got a bit of that Cyclone. Just to give himself a bit of breather. Trinket? Star Surge? Meld? No meld? Cyclone, just a little bit more damage. I think Feather might just have it. As a boom kit, normally you don't win against a Feral Druid, but I think he has it here. He denied the Feral the proper Rake opener stun, so it's going to be massive, but also deny him that extra opener bleed damage to him. Got him some of the trees from around the corner. Trees do hurt, man. He's regrowing through all of them with Baraskin, but they are doing some punchy damage there. And next time Feather gets to go for full incarnate, does get incarnate, that's going to be Dry, joins in, it's going to be full maim. Ray trying to see if he can end this right here. Feather does have a Baraskin, also Heart of the Wild is still available, trying to avoid the Dryad as best as he can for Feather. Looks like he's going to have to play it a little bit slower. Ray is trying to find whatever he can to survive Feather as best as he can in terms of the damage he's putting out. Feather able to go for a bit of a reset, got himself so Heart of the Wild, no more Trinket, but Trees, Elune, and Incarnate back up. So he's got like burst 1, burst 2 into a burst 3 combo. Potentially just ends it here. Heart of the Wild, going for as much survivability as he can. Root Silence, all the trees are in. Bash and Array. Is this enough? The trees and all the pets are CC'd for a second. Ray taking a load of damage. Feather just goes in for a bit of a wall. But the bear form into a bite, it doesn't even matter. Ray does push on through. The Barskin was there to keep him alive. Merlin gotta be up next. Full blind onto Ray. Does go for a maim into a human racial Cyclone. Does he get to go for a Rebuke? Doesn't go for a Rebuke. He's actually just not using Rebuke. Ray just trying to go for a clone. Gonna be a bubble out Merlin to make sure there's nothing that stops him. Just taking out Ray. Not give him a second. Is it gonna be Fury? Fury's up next. Not letting Merlin get any kind of a breather. Merlin, does it not have a Blessing of Protection? Merlin does not even run Blessing of Protection. That is super unusual. Is gonna go for Searing Glare. I don't think Fury can stop it. Is gonna go for a parry. Merlin should have a Lay on Hands here, so maybe he'll be okay. Demolish. Merlin may need a defensive. Right now, did not use it, unfortunately. I don't know if it was available. Ray, I honestly thought Ray was gonna go down there. And a crash? Oh no. Did you crash as you were dueling? Like as you were fighting a demoniac, or like while you were after you went down? Let's get us another one going here, boys. Horde Badia, and I'm gonna message Badia in a second here. And Boris, let me know when you're good. Made you lead. Is the team ready, or do you need more bodies? Double check with Shiny, because I got one more interested in joining, just in case. Was lagging fighting Demo and he killed me in a crash. Good times. Oh no, what offline?
It's 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Double check with Badia. Let's see what we do. I'm fine with the epic sounds of past years that were good, not just dumb or bad things. Yeah, it's just quick watch and break already. Okay, cool. So Badia, his team is good. Boris or Flex, either one of you. Let me know how the team is doing. If you guys are all good, I will send it again. Yeah, for me it's just like, yeah, it's a good talent. It's probably going to be really, really good. It's just for some classes they come up with like cool brand new talents we've never seen before, right? Well, for other classes, they're just like hitting them with that old reliable. And that's it. Like Fire Mages too, is just like, okay, you can get longer combustions and combustion ability resources. We've seen that before, which is like, it's not a bad trait. It's just like, it doesn't, like if you've played it before, it just makes you feel like, okay, you're not really getting anything new. You're just getting stuff you used to have, which is still probably going to be fine for just raw damage. But I do enjoy things where classes get new stuff as well. Or like won the lottery through ethical interesting Apex. Ever since they changed the demo one, yes, I agree. I feel like the original demo one, I thought it was going to be kind of interesting just to be like fully invested in a dog build, imp build, or Felguard. But it looks like they're like, all right, we gotta make some changes. Gotta make some changes. They're good to go here. Beautiful. I'm gonna send you guys into a, let's do a Tiger's Peak. I like Tiger's Peak just because it's a fairly big arena. Plus, it's the arena that I played for my final 2400. I like that one actually. I think it's a good arena. I like it aesthetically, but also kind of just like it in general. I get this one a lot in solos, or at least I feel like I get this one a decent bit. I really wish I got more blades edges. I just want to go edging, you know what I mean? But that one's still broken, like, visually. I don't know if we were on 7 or 8. I think we're on 8. Let's see if it is 8. Alrighty. Let's get it going. Which? Got ourselves Feather Piece or for the team one is a Boomkin ready to go. We got Body His and a Holy DK Judgmental with Merlin as well. I like the look, man. I like Merlin's, like, the whole, like, the human customization with that one blind eye thing with the scar. And it's like, it just looks good. And then you got the full, like, light armor set. Wait, Body immediately charging up versus Flex. It's going to be Unholy versus Unholy. All the undeaths, the entire graveyard shift is in play. With Body just trying to see if he can keep it afloat here. It's going to be Flex rotating a lot of defenses. Body going for IPM, but super late. Do they have enough damage? Because Body's burst usually is very slow, but ramps up really heavy at the end. But looks like the Execute came out for Flex super early. Got Body alone and it just hits him with an Execute. It's like, all right, as long as there's not sits there, I just need to wait long enough, and then it just lands it. It is ready for whoever's going to be next. Just Mentor is going to be up next, not giving Flex an opportunity to catch up and kind of heals. Flex picking up whatever dash he can with a stun right after. He's going to have to take a lot of damage here. Searing Glare. I think he's just going to have to go for AMS, potentially Death Pact. He has an opportunity to go for a lot of Death Strike killing, but as his health gets super low, maybe it might be a good idea just to get slow into just Mentor and then walk out of there with a Death Pact. Just let it sit there for a second until the necrotics fall off, and then he could follow up with a couple of Death Strikes. He built up a lot of resources. He has a lot of runic power, so potentially he'll be okay. Judgmental just getting a lot of damage onto that ghoul. For Flex, it's an opportunity to maybe go for Death Strikes, convert that into healing, but getting another stun is going to put a wrench in that whole plan. It's just potentially over, but for Flex, there's just not much you can really do. It did pop a Lichborn at the tail end, but unfortunately, it just was not quite enough, man. Not quite enough. Thanks, bro. Merlin got that scar in his duels. Yo, you actually got lore? Merlin got the scar from Duel in Chicago? I like that. I like the lore behind it, man. That's even better, actually. That's kind of sick. I love that. I love the whole, like, the RPG factor of it. Interrupt does not go through as Ray does get to go for a juke wearing the gem that allows him to juke a cast and get the immunity. So that's actually really good for him. For Judgmental, he's unable to really get himself too much pressure off of that bop. Ray looking pretty healthy. Judgmental picking up as much healing as possible. I think Lay on Hand's still available, so definitely won't want to use it whenever possible. Bubbles adds a lot of pressure on it for Ray. Got himself Heart of the Wild really early. He's going to use the Heart of the Wild just to survive the Pally to match his cadence. For Judgmental, that's a lot of healing though with that Dawnlight. And he could potentially pick up the Eye. That's exactly what he's going for. With Ray trying to see if he can still get that proper opener. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Yeah, unable to really get a proper stun. That Rake stun out by the Paladino. Wake of Ash is not available, but he's got himself Searing Glare. That's going to help out a little bit. Wall for Ray. With the Shield of Energies, Metro I still think needs to go for a proper Wake of Ashes here. Maim to follow. Shield of Energies is going to pop back at him in a second, doing a decent bit of overall damage. Full bleeds are in. Hand of Freedom is out for the Paladino. Does get himself the dot damage onto Ray, but he may need to go for self-healing instead. I think Lay on Hands is still available, right? Tell me Lay on Hands is still available. I might just need to wait until he's super low before he uses it. Definitely want to use it before he gets stunned up. So if you're going to use it, I'd use it now, honestly. I'd use it now if you're going to do it. The Pharaoh's approaching. It's going to happen. He's got the human ratio to break out of a stun. Lay on Hands, my guy. Lay on Hands. There it goes. He got it. Stun onto Ray. Does get a full set of bleeds on him. That's going to be a bit of damage out of Judgmental. He's still taking so much raw pressure from those rod and dots, man. That is just a lot to deal with all at once. That is a ton. With Ray catching up as much healing as possible. It's going to be, looks like Merlin up next from one Paladino into the next. I really like the way those horses charge, by the way. I really like it. All they do is not run. Can you just ban Pharaohs? Bro, are we banning Pharaohs? Maybe? Where's the one I'm going to worry alone? Wait, is a Paladin? I thought Paladin would have a much better time with the Pharaoh. Honestly, but Chat, are we gonna ban ferals now? I feel like we don't really see that many ferals in duels on a regular. Maybe like a decent amount, an okay amount here and there over on the NA, but I don't know. I'm not sure if we should ban a class, man. I feel like maybe ferals back at Shadowlands were egregious. Like I feel like a lot of people would describe them as egregious, but I don't know about right now. Trying to go for Cyclone, but Ray seeing a lay on hands out for Merlin. Merlin with a full stun. That's a full set of bleeds. Feral Frenzy, everything. Merlin. I don't know if he's got much sort of work with here. Is that going to be just all in bleeds? He's got the Dawn Light, only 21% dampening, so it's not the most amount of damage healing reduction. But those heals are barely keeping him alive, and old procs from Thorns are also huge. Got him over fighting Demoniac and fighting with Rogue Feral. Jesus, really? Rogues are more egregious until stupid Pod Bender comes out. Bro, the Pod Bender was crazy back in SL. But Ray does end up taking him out, unfortunately. With Feather Piece gonna be up next. Are we actually banning? Okay, I'll let the chat decide, like, if you guys think that, yeah, we should ban the Feral or not. If it's only WAP as you want to say we should ban the Feral, I don't know if that'll be enough. But if, like, literally the rest of you are like, yeah, ban the Ferals, then maybe we'll have to consider something. Because Ray, I mean, if we get Ray, we can bring in Caneric. That could work too. Ray just getting blasted out by massive surges, though. Last time he barely survived the Boomkin's opener burst, and he's still barely alive. Yet the surge puts him on death's door, and looks like the dots were enough. Feather P6 was able to take it. DMC is charging out the Boomkin instantly. Cyclone, try to see if he can get a juke on it. Is going to get a stun, getting the dots in. He's going to need to use everything here. Root Silence actually is huge. Bubble out for DMCS. I think it might be lights. You're at least you're in bear form. The most amount of healing you can get. Heart of the Wild, Renew, everything is available. Blind for DMCS. You just try to really put the pressure. But DMCS bubbled that. So maybe Feather can go for another full burst onto DMCS. I don't know if he can. That Root Silence was awesome. Trying to see if he can make some huge burst happen. Unless he got a heal, though. Yeah, unless he's got a heal, it's going to be rough. Uriel trying to see if he can get himself an ankle. Maybe he can get one up and running. With Flash and Lights are available, but he doesn't have, like, he has a bop. That won't stop a lot of the Hunter damage. You can just remove it and silence him. Plus, Black Arrow goes through that immediately. It's all shadow damage. Stun onto Uriel. He does go in for a Trinket. Does not go for a Purge onto DMCS. I think it's because, like, he's got Black Arrow. He doesn't really need to worry about it immediately. DMCS going for as much self-healing as possible. 32% dampening is going to make things a little tougher. For Uriel, he also needs to be really careful. That is a Paladin with a full Dawn Light build, so that is going to be dot damage. Healing over time. He's just got to get himself a good angle. Wall up right now. Final wreck onto Uriel. Unless DMCS has himself a good lockdown. Turtle before any kind of stuns comes out. And DMCS does get hit with a stun. Unless Uriel can maybe land it here. I think a stun. Hodge. Being very careful and mindful of the binding shot. I think he just takes out Uriel here. He does still with a lay on hands add already. So he's actually okay. I was actually thinking that with Black Arrow, it was just going to pierce through him. The Ray does a lot of damage, by the way. As a Feral Druid, he's just absolutely brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. And some of the bleed things are going to be able to do in Midnight. It's only going to get stronger, boys. Unfortunately, it's only going to get stronger. Alrighty. Let's double check the teams. Badia, I'll message you in a second. And Boris, Flex, whoever's lead, hit me up, man, whenever you're ready. Checking in if the team is ready to go again. Beautiful. Flexism is ready. Chat, unless you guys are all like, yo, ban the Feral. If it's only just WAP, complain about the Feral. I don't know if we should ban the Feral. I don't know if it's egregious enough. For one, I want to know they're strong, but I don't know if I'd say egregious would be the word I'd use. We're good? Beautiful. We also do have Caneric on standby if you need more. Let's do... I'm trying to think of like a good arena where the Feral does not have like inherent advantage, where other classes can probably play. Probably not anything with too many pillars. The down heroes would be pretty bad, actually. Let's try Lordaeron. I want to try Lordaeron. I want to see how that goes. One, for the sake of variety. But two, I'm trying not to go with an arena with too many crazy pillars. Because a lot of the times I get people complaining about like, yo, that duel was great, but like the arena, man, the choice of arena was awful. And it's like, I think the Grand is the only one that's like a nice good middle ground arena. You know what I mean? Not too many pillars, they're kind of far apart, they're not too big, there's enough space in between, the middle. What's on Tiger's Peak? Okay. Okay, I can wait a sec. Merlin? Okay. Try to see if Merlin gets out of the Tiger's Peak. He might have AFK'd for a second while the match was still going. So we'll give him a minute. If he does not come back, we could... it's out already. Beautiful. We'll try it again. Lord Run. Uno más. Dude, I cannot wait to dive into... probably going to spend a lot of my beta time playing Devourer and Outrogue. Because apparently Outrogue plays like... sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's slow. It's like the cadence and pacing of it is like very different depending on like how many buffs you roll. But apparently it feels really good and it feels very, very strong. And the whole Apex talent apparently feels really good to play into. Between the eyes of resets. And it's like really easy. So I'm excited for it. But I also want to play Devourer as well. Because that one is a lot of fun. Bros cool. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Pharaohs have always been pretty good at 1v1s though. So I don't blame anybody for like not liking them. Yeah, as close as Devourer looks, Warlock's gonna be my DPS and what is that? 100,000% survival goes behind it, especially with update hero. That's another one I need to play as well. Definitely we're going to be given a lot of... I'm probably going to be streaming more regularly with the midnight beta being out. I'm probably going to include like Thursday and Sunday and all that for stream days for like a little bit. But yeah, I definitely want to play all of them. Which give them all a solid shot. Areas over for the team one, ready to go. The Paladino charging out. You know, I really love the mount. Unfortunately that mount was only like a storm mount or a pre-order bonus mount, but that thing looks sick as hell, dude. That bug with the skull helm, it looks awesome. Demoniac immediately open up Orch's areas, but he's got himself full Dawn Light dot damage. Cloaker shot is for Demoniac with the kidney shot versus areas. Is not even... oh, he only walled early. Massive damage, maybe looking for a bubble, man. That lay on hands, I would not have trusted myself, dude. The nerves of steel. He is the type of paladin that always makes sure to save at least a global and a half to make sure to use a big defensive button. Double step on for Demoniac with a sip! The restells! The jukes! That's crazy! Actually crazy! With Ares trying to see if he can maybe get himself a reversal. Kidney shot yet again by Demoniac. Does go for the War Stomp. Locks down Demoniac for just a quick second. Shield the Vendors to follow. Got himself a pretty big downlight on Demoniac. Also with the Blessing of Saints, so Demoniac can't pull up with more stuns. All he's got to do is vanish. At this point, Demoniac has to vanish. Blessing of Protection, I think he definitely got a dip. For Ares, he used Lay on Hands. A bubble stuns Demoniac before he gets himself a corner around the pillar. Demoniac at this point needs the calm push to land a stun and have a go. I think he has to. Gouger? Does he have enough? He gets the dots in into a disarm. Ares cannot stun him for a while. The Demoniac can maybe live. Blinds? Do you have enough for a kidney? I think you have to have a kidney and have a go. Kidney? I don't know if Dance is available. Dance is available. Secret technique. He just got to end this right here. Needs to get that eviscerate. Blind shorthand. But it's not enough. It's not enough. And Ares does go down. Demoniac, dude. Watching two Torrents fighting each other, by the way. Massive hulking giants fighting one another. Although one of them is like fast-paced and stealthy while the other is big old beefy pally. It looks like Demoniac unfortunately was not given much of a breather after Featherpea just ran in there. Puretex did take a little bit of dot damage, I think, from Moonfire Sunfire, but he's not deterred. He's going to go in for a full Storm Bolt. Sharded in. Feather does go in for a Rude. Blade Storm right after. He's having to go Baron from immediately. Flaps away to try to see if he can get some distance away from Fury. Fury able to land a charge, but a bash right after. Trinkets to follow. Feather may just need to go full Baron form, Heart of the Wild, full defense play here potentially. Fury with a big demolish, that's going to be a lot of pressure. Does go for Heart of the Wild. So for Fury, as long as he can keep pressure on to Feather, he might be okay. All the bets are in. Got himself Reflect. Parry right after. Stump but rooted. I don't know where the trees are going. Trees are just running off somewhere. They should be attacking Fury, but they're not. Although the Dryad at least was able to do something. Back-to-back surges, I think like 4 of them. Is Fury just dead to the dots? Flex is immediately rushing in, but Fury isn't dead yet. He ain't dead yet, dude. He's still out here. He's got 2% health. I got 2%. I'm still in there, baby. Got him a bit of that reflect. It's going to be a knockback by Feather with that stun. Unless he goes in for a root, he might be okay though. Fury does still have some dot damage. Stormbolt around the pillar. He just needs to find himself a good lineup. I don't know what he can do. Roar onto Feather. He does get himself full. The trees were in. The big damage came through, and unfortunately, there's nothing he could do in that situation. Flex get hit with a root, breaks out of it immediately. Got himself IB up with an AMS. Every defensive available just to train down Feather. Unless Feather can land a Cyclone, is not happening. It does end up taking him out. With Body going to be immediately up next, just having to throw everything at Flex. IMZ out by Flex, trying to get it gripped out rather. Body taking huge hits. IBF is available together with Ledgeborn. Unless you can get some damage or start healing, I think Flex just takes you. AMS last second for Body is just a little bit of recovery. You got a lot of runic power, maybe some death strikes. You do need a little bit of damage. Body normally has a delayed burst, and I think Flex actually might just go down to the delayed burst, and Body's delayed burst does shine through, but actually does go down to the diseases of Flex. So Flex does pick up at least 2 from that one. Boomkin, and then him and Body a clash together, which was actually kind of glorious. Just the amount of raw damage that both of those can bring. Is it going to be Merlet next, or is it Is it supposed to be I was gonna say, is that supposed to be my Miracle Buns? No, I think it's my Racial Buns? What is that name? Buns? I'm gonna go with Buns, man. Oh, you're Nightborn. I think Nightborn are gorgeous. Big fan of Nightborn. Blind or DMCS with a stun right after Merlin taking a lot of damage. Man, you're just having to go for a bubble here, dude. Just having to go for a bubble. I was thinking maybe lay on hands, but he just popped full defenses. DMC is going to try to see if he can back up out of there, trying to deny and limit the damage that Merlin can do. Full blind is going to break out of it fairly quickly. DMC is starting to take up some rampant damage here. Maybe looking for a bubble of his own. Lay on hands instead. Merlin still has a lay on hands, so possibly, maybe it still is potentially viable as long as he presses it. As long as he sends it. He does not send it. I think he was trying to see if he can get a cast off. Was a bit spooked about getting... Was he interrupted? Did he get interrupted? Which would explain why he wouldn't have been able to do anything. And my... Buns is gonna be up next. What is your name? I don't understand it. Does gonna do someone to DMCS. Fully rotted him. Deathmark, no Kingsbane. Is he gonna go for Kingsbane? He is gonna go for a Kingsbane. Just try to see if he can head that full bubble out for him. Vanish out for Buns. Try to see if he can back up out of this. Smoke bomb for a second. Does get stunned. Trinket available. Shield the Vengeance off of the bubble. So for Buns, I think maybe blind and reset might be in order here. Is try to see if he can get the dots onto the rogue. I don't think he was going to be able to catch a reset now. Maybe still bubble blind. I think he has to. I don't know if that'll be enough to live. Cheat death. No. Forfeited. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is a forfeit. That's okay. That's a hard one. As against a Paladina as a rogue. That's a really, really tough one. Get us another one going here, boys, yeah? Uno más. I like the name Buns, by the way. I don't know what that's supposed to be, like biracial buns. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I like the name Buns. Just in general. And Nightborn. Big fan of the Nightborn. I still to this day want to go back to Nightborn. Night was so freaking good. I don't really like the way Nightborn looked, man. Guaranteed Raptor Cleave. Every other Raptor instead of 20% chance. Just make it a gimmick talent. Oh, yes, I do agree with you on that. That's going to be sick. I'm hoping Survival will feel really, really good to play. I heard it apparently has really high. It's got highs and then low lows, apparently. Checking if team is ready. And Flex / Boris, one of you two, hit me up. How's the team doing? We'll send it to like a Blackrock Hold Man, I think. Need one? Okay, I got one. We can get Caneric a new team. So we'll get Shiny to invite me. Hopefully the group is still as a raid group instead of a party. Maybe not. And we'll get him in. Good to go. Perfect. So Flex is set. Caneric, yep. I'll get you in a second. You are still a raid. So I can go Caneric. Just invite rep. Beautiful. Perfect. A back out, we send it. Hell yeah, I like that. Where was it? Here we go. We do Black Rock Hold. We do Black Rock Hold. I don't know if it's a good arena for this kind of a composition, but maybe it'll be okay. I'm trying to do Lord for like a bit more of an open field type of map, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I might need to make a list of like, I definitely want to do some rogue content once Midnight Alpha Beta is available. Because I definitely want to take a closer look at all three specs, like what I like about it, what I don't like about it. First part about not being in the alpha is not actually being able to preview the classes, but I'm hoping they'll be a bit more refined because apparently there's also a lot of bugs, like a lot of talents just don't work. So you're like, on paper it's fine, but in practice it just isn't functional. So hopefully they'll have a lot of those things fixed by beta. But we'll see. But we will see. Switch. We got ourselves areas over for the team one, ready to go. Badia looks like potentially going first. We got us Merlin. Buns, or maybe Buns is going to be first up, as well as the Rep joining on that survival hunter. Fantastic sword. Looks great. Is it Buns or is it Badia? Looks like whoa. Okay, wait. Okay, looks like Badia. Okay, it is Badia. I think maybe a little confusion. Everybody thought they were going to go first, but Badia is in first. Versus Pure Intellects, who's got him to Pure Litex. Okay, I was gonna say I'm definitely getting the name wrong. Parry up for the Warrior. Body, I don't really know if they can do really much in this situation. Just against the Warrior, just staying in full frontal without like dropping in all the pets and then walking away with a chain of ice. I don't really know what you can do in that situation. Buns, immediate kindle shot, full death mark into the Warrior with the Kingsbane. I think that's maybe an overcommittance because I think he's just gonna melt with a single Kingsbane or just a death mark. But Puri actually still alive. That second one kicking in. The disarm on the Demolish is diabolical. It's literally going hit. Before the final hit comes out, you just take his weapon out of his hands and just like, no. Blind out onto DMCS as the Cloak Shadows comes out for Buns. Just looking for a bit of a reset. Is going to be able to get some damage in. I think our auto attack was not meant to happen. Does get a dot onto DMCS. There's got him some blessing of saying able to remove the silence, but still taking the bleed damage, at the very least. For Buns, I think you're just going to have to play the bleed game. Rupture, the road, maybe Crimson Tempest, land the Shiv, and just waddle away, let DMCS rot and bleed for a while. That or maybe just wait until Kingsbane is back up and available, and then go in while everything is up. That actually may be a little bit better. I was first, lol. Are you Buns? Are you Buns? Bro, look how good Nightborn look. I just love everything about Nightborn. They're like a better Night Elf. Although you dancing there does end up taunting DMCS, hiding behind that corner too. It's kind of good, honestly. DMCS knows it's like somewhere nearby. There's got to be somewhere near. For Buns, he's like taunting him. Look at him. He's picking up the eyes. Oh, no, never mind. Now he's going to pick up the eyes. Yeah, now he's going to go in. Now you can escape him. You can go road. Ooh, the sap on the Wake of Ashes. This guy's absolutely trolling him. Oh my god, dude. He's really living that rogue fantasy life, man. He's just not letting him play the game. And now that the Pally is like, all right, it looks like he's not going to be rushing me. Now I'm going to go in. Now I'm going to land the road. Full kidney shot. Big Kingsbane. Let the dots do work. And just let you melt. Wall with a shield of vengeance out for DMCS. I don't know if Buns wanted to go in, maybe like step around the corner, land the kick. He's not doing it. He's not doing it. I don't know if you went in for like full set of bleeds, but definitely want to get the full Rupture, full Garrote, Crimson Tempest if possible. The Garrote actually also stops the Paladin's ability to hodge in the open of truth. Does go for a disarm. Deathmark is in play with a shift. That's going to be a lot of dot damage. You could actually just walk away. Blind for DMCS is taking huge hits. Unless you go for a big Envenom to follow up. That could be massive. Cloak Shadows for Buns. Laying hands out for DMCS. Still a Deathmark rolling in. Vanish out for Buns before he gets dotted as he's looking for a bit of that reset behind the pillar. As it's going to be DMCS picking up potentially another set of eye. He's being a little bit more careful with that pickup. He's kind of just waiting in case Buns rushes him out of left field. For Buns, there's no more trinket, so he's got to be very careful. No Cloak of Shadows either. He's going to go for a blind. Did not trust himself to land a sap. But a blind into a sap, waiting out the eyes. He got Kingsbane. He's got Disarm. Cheat Death's still available. He just needs to put in like a full set of bleeds and then just let those bleeds rot the pallet, I think. Still, DMCS, however, has everything. So maybe he just rushes him and presses Bob on a stun. That was always an opportunity. Garrote lands a full wake of ashes to get the dot rolling. Trinket right after. There's going to be more cheap shots. With Buns just trying to see if he can back up out of the Kingpin is available, but he's going to get full stun. I don't know if he can really escape, but Cheat Death is the only thing that's going to maybe keep you alive here. Disarm helps a little. No, Cheat Death actually just denied. I hate how sometimes you roll Cheat Death as a rogue, and the game is like, nah. I could give you a Cheat Death, but nah. DMCS cashing that Searing Glare onto Ares does stop a lot of his damage. Bob, however, is a choice though. For Ares, that's an opportunity to at least still do a lot of holy damage and land a holy type of CC. Ares, however, maybe looking for a bubble, has got no health at all. The fact that you let that Temple's Verdict go off and you're like, you know what? I think I have enough health. I'm gonna be left off with a 1%. Like, there ain't no way you calculated that. You need a stun right here, right now, if you want to win this. As DMC has got himself full heal. Lay on hands, you got anything? Get a heal. Lay on hands, anything? Oh, apparently not. But DMCS landing to back-to-back with Merlin going to be up next. Does DMCS just go for 3? 3 for 3 possibly? Because so far he's been able to play pretty well. No human racial. He just has to raw dog this for a little. Join a Paladin versus Paladin. Nope, I'm out. Wes, you're just a Paladin hater. You are a Paladin hater. Merlin with a bubble just like, you know what? I'm a pop immune to just run him down. Shield dividends up for DMCS. Try to go for Searing Glare. Merlin potentially could land an interrupt. DMCS under quite a bit of pressure. Merlin maybe lay on hands? I don't know if the DMCS will lay on hands. So Merlin just dead? Will Wake of Ashes blocking his... Oh no, was Bubble blocking his lay on hands? Is it still for Barons? Might have been. Rep is the last one left or for the team one, so it's going to be up to him to go versus DMCS, Ray, Flex, and Demoniac. I am wondering if team 2 would let Rep, like if he lands this kill, would you guys give him an honor duel? Give him a proper chance here, a proper shot to actually play, you know what I mean? He's last man standing. Give him a proper opportunity. Grenades flying in, immediate trinket out for Rep. Trying to see if he can get away from DMCS for a second. He's got himself the little, what is that, muskrat? I don't really know what that thing is supposed to be, a ferret? Space ferret from Argus. I know that thing is from Argus. I just don't really know what it is. It's a beast of sorts. Starting around the corner, charges in with a coordinated assault. Fury of the Eagle right after. You have a big flanking strike. Flanking strike goes through, but a shield of evidence out for DMC is able to drop it with the grenades. The DMC is so low, just dies to the dots, unfortunately, on Rep, unless you get a heal. I don't know if Raynark is going to give you a chance, man. You may just have to turtle and immediately throw those bleeds off. That is going to be yet another restun. Feign death. That is a lot of bleeds. If you I think you're just dead, right? I was thinking maybe if he has, like, you know, bandages, maybe that will help. Space ferret from Argus. That's all. I know those things are from Argus. It looks like a ferret. So space ferret from Argus, I feel like describes it pretty well. Refused. But DMC has popped up with 3. Well done, well done. Let's see if we can get the groups back up and available. Flex, South Boris, hit me up. Let me know how the group is doing. How they doing? Hope their family is good. All that, all that. Is there one more? We're calling it? One more. Uno mas. I liked it. Uno mas. And let me know. Checking in with Shiny Hero. Let me know if team is ready. Yeah, it's so lame. The first game was so perfect, then Paladins came in and ruined it as per usual. You said the same thing about Pharaohs, man. Everything was fine, and then we got Pharaohs. Looks like we do need one more over for the team. Horde Bidium. Pass, lead, plus. Oh, perfect. Body knows what's up. Beautiful. Alrighty, we are gonna need what looks like 2 more bodies. We'll see how that's gonna go. Molten Core. We do need 2 more. Beautiful. Alrighty, so we got 2 spots. Oh, body also popped out too, so body is gone. Unfortunate. So we're gonna need, yeah, 2 more. My hatred for both is known, but my hatred for Paladin is more than Ferals. That is true. I think your hatred for Paladins is, at this point, biblical. It looks like Buns also back it out. So now we need 3 bodies. So we'll see how that goes. Dude, I can't wait until we go to Argus. Oh, also Merlin left? Oh, we're gonna need like a whole team. That Damn. It's just me and Kaderic here. Well, I don't go to puzzle all G fam. No worries. Yeah, man, enjoy your night. It's like, yo, I might have to dip, bro. My girl wants to get dinner. You know me. I'm just like, oh, I feel it, dude. You know, I got it. You know, I totally get it. Don't worry about it. Everybody dips. He's like, you know what? I'm also gonna dip. It's gonna take a while to rebuild. So this actually might have to call from here. Yep. But yeah. Man, I really need to get my weeklies, dailies out of the way with Remix. Because we just got new content, but we'll be getting Argus very, very soon. Maybe next week, Paladins, we get Alta Fort from the game, surely? Yeah, maybe. Looking at their talents, though, they're looking kind of good. I feel like they're just going to be hitting people with more Blades of Justices and hit them with fat Xbergs. It's kind of, yeah. They're actually removing a lot of their bad talents. They can't hurt me in Fellowship at least. True. No Paladins in Fellowship. Or it's probably like a Paladin-like class in Fellowship. But not quite. GG's. It might just be a GG's, boys. But that's okay. I would need to get my I need to get more work, some work done this evening. I got up today. I was like, man, I had a couple of video ideas, and I have a bunch of ideas for like whenever new content comes out, but I'm pretty much at a point of like, I don't really want to work on anything crazy until midnight beta, and then from there I got a lot of ideas from that point forth. But yeah, a lot of ideas. But I'm at this point, I'm at a point right now where I'm kind of pretty much like just waiting until that's out. So I'm wondering though if they'll do any more like class tuning, because they did do some class tuning somewhat recently-ish. Like last week, I think they did a bunch of like adjustments. I don't think it was for remix or anything. I think it was for retail actually. They buffed up a bunch of stuff. Did you use them, I'm afraid? Yeah, I think so too. GG's fam. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it. Let me also write to Flex. I think is GG's my team kinda. Yeah. Good duels either way, boys. I am glad we had duels over on the NA. Last week we couldn't do, or I chose not to do any. That was on me. I'm starting this off with last night we just couldn't do it, boys. It was out of my hands. No, it was my choice. It was absolutely my choice. But bro, look at this. Next week we got midnight beta. Over the weekend we have the anniversary with all those events coming up. At some point through that, we also get on Tuesday also more updates for Legion Remix as well. Like, we got updates after updates after updates, ton of content, and then we should be coming up to a potentially a date, I think in December, for patch 11.2.7 with the housing and everything. And there's probably going to be the looks like starting here the turbulent timings buff. Is that what it is? Because they got this like sand thing, right? They got the sand animation. It looks like that's when Turbulent might be back. I'm not sure though. Unless it's supposed to be Remix. Maybe that's Remix actually. Oh, that is Remix. But at some point it's supposed to be like Turbulent and all that. When a beta duels? Are we gonna do beta duels? It all depends if we have enough bodies. Then maybe it'll be fun to do beta duels, but I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see, I think. Unfortunately, we'll just have to wait and see how things go, you know? But yo, thank you guys all so much for coming by. I do appreciate ya. I am gonna go and get myself something to eat. And then I'm gonna probably go for a walk. Just so I'm not falling asleep on the couch. And then I'm gonna go get some work done. and I'm actually gonna go play WoW, because now I feel like that I got 2400. I'm like, well, my grind is pretty much, I'm chilling. I need to get my remix done. I want to get my weapon maybe grind it out a little with the Syntonex farm. I'll figure it out from there. But yo, thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope you guys did enjoy. Super fun. Tomorrow I'm not streaming. Monday I'm not streaming. Tuesday we are back with the midnight beta. I'm depending when the beta servers will be up. I think I'm planning on streaming like normal time, but potentially earlier. Although I'm imagining servers are probably going to be on fire. I'm not, because everybody is trying to get on beta all at once. So yeah, it'll be very, very fun, but also pretty overwhelming. And I might have to like set up some kind of like I guess I'm gonna have to figure out my UI stuff, because like a lot of the add-ons won't really be functioning. But it'll be interesting to try to set up like cooldown manager and all that, because that's looking pretty advanced over on the beta realms or alpha realms. Good to rail because they absolutely hell out of paladins once the beta comes up. Yeah, that I feel like with some of the warrior changes you're getting, I think pallies and other classes should be a lot better for you to like duel against, especially with like some of the defenses coming out, and if you're a warrior cheat death mechanic, that shit is gonna be fun. And then also like made it so that you can pick up like shatter, I think, a little bit easier with talents. That should be really, really good. I don't know about how I feel about the Fury Warrior Apex talents. Those seemed a little bit more, what's the word? Like a little bit more, like you gotta have a seriously good uptime in order to get value, but as soon as the uptime falls off, the trade falls off, you know what I mean? So it's not ideal. But yeah, that should be fun either way. Maybe for arms. Arms looks really, really good because you're basically getting heroic strikes back, which is kind of sick. Imagine they're going to be able to do like a ton of damage, like better slam. That should be a lot of fun. But yeah, from that point forth, you guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I am going to go get something to eat, get some chill, get some walking. Arms or nothing. I'm so sick of Fury meta. Really? I usually like Fury. I think it's really, really fun. And arms generally feels kind of slow. But yeah, this will be a lot of fun either way. Alrighty. Alright, you guys have a wonderful one. I'll catch you on the next stream. Peace.